Ipswich Buses, your local bus company serving your football team. Buses run every 10 minutes. Avoid the traffic. Don't get stuck in the delay. Get Ipswich Buses today. A single from only £1.20, a return from only £2. Find out more information at www.ipswichbuses.co.uk. Ipswich Buses, proud to partner with Talking Town. Hello again, my friends, and you are my friends, and welcome to the perfect Matchday accompaniment. That's right, it's the Matchday ticket from Talking Town. It's another Matchday. Ipswich Town are here to bring disappointment and misery into our weekends. No, that's the old way of thinking. It's now a new dawn again, and we're going to do it. We're going to have another lovely time this afternoon. We've got the pre-game show. We'll have the halftime show if we can hit a likes target. And of course, the full-time fans react show. The moment the full-time whistle goes, join us, YouTube and Facebook, to have your say via the live chat. Or, of course, you can come on the show via a live link. Looking forward to seeing what McKenna has in store for his second game of the managerial reign against Gillingham, fighting for their lives. They are, but we are also fighting for a playoff place, or are we? Let us know. We've got Roy Clark in the chat. Welcome in, Roy. Got Monty in the chat. Lloyd's going for a 3-3 Wickham Sunderland. It's not a bad result for us. Welcome in, Josh. Welcome in, Space Chimp. Space Chimp, yesterday's show is on an audio platform. Thank you for your suggestion. I hope you listened to it, and if you did, let us know what you thought. We have got Jeremy Lowe. I am very well today. Thank you, Jeremy. How are you? I'm sat avoiding the rain, staying warm, hydrated. And Talking Town, I pride myself with this platform on asking the important questions and getting to the real root of the matter. So I want to bring this to you today. Peanut butter, smooth or crunchy on your toast? Because that's what I'm facing this afternoon. That's the dilemma in the Lambert household. Do I have smooth peanut butter or a crunchy one? I tend to go for a crunchy. What do you go for on your toast? That is my lunch. Let me know. It's an important question. As I say, Talking Town, getting to the root. You strike me as a crunchy peanut butter kind of guy.
I hate peanut butter. The good place for peanut butter's in the bin, I'm afraid. Absolutely disgusting. I've had it once, never again.
Best place for peanut butter is in my stomach.
No.
I love a bit of peanut butter. We've got crunchy, you've got smooth. There's a mixed reaction in the chat. Some are saying like yourself, get it in the bin. Mike Wood, Simon Wall, Roy saying smooth. The fisherman saying smooth. But you know, I have exciting lunches here in the Lambert household. Peanut butter on toast. What have you had for lunch this afternoon for a match day preview?
I don't eat lunch. I'm a one meal a day man, I'm afraid. So my lunch is my lunch, and then my dinner comes tonight.
Okay.
It's hard work to look like this, you know. Sacrifice. It's all sacrifice.
It's hard work to look like this. This requires a lot of peanut butter on toast. Elliot says, what maniac budgie lover would choose smooth over crunchy? Elliot, I like the way you deliver the jibber jabber there. Lloyd had a rice cake for lunch. And fishing with Nick's my go-to is Marmite. Oh, Nick, get that in the bin.
Not for me. Get in the bin.
Keon says one meal a day. Crazy. I have 1 meal a minute. That's me saying that, not Keon, by the way. Just to make that clear. But okay, listen. Good to have you on the platform. We've not spoken on this format for a while. I've missed you. I said on last night's preview show.
Miss you too, man.
Excited to have Ben back on the platform. How was your New Year, first of all? That's the most important thing.
Yeah, wonderful. Really good. Friends, family. Sort of people around me stayed healthy, even the people that got a bit ill with this sort of revolving virus. So, nothing too bad to report on that front. just back to work, back to life. I took my Christmas tree down this afternoon because I had it up last year till March.
You did.
So I'm feeling renewed, reinvigorated, and I'm expecting a really good result for today's game.
Lovely. I like the friends and the family bit, and that was very therapeutic the way you delivered that as well. I was listening to the words coming out of your mouth very, very calmly and confidently. I love it.
It's lovely. It's what it's all about. We had it taken away from us last year. We've had a lot taken away from us. So to kind of do the thing that we've missed for a long time has been really kind of reinvigorating, I think, really refreshing, and it's good for the soul. So it was a good Christmas.
Well, you're looking relaxed. So yeah, it obviously did some good work for you. We've got Lloyd says, "Don't worry, Gov. I've got some salt and vinegar crisps now." Fucking hell, Lloyd. What sort of lunch are you having, mate? Rice cakes and salt and vinegar. Nah,
my favourite.
Salt and vinegar go on chips, not on crisps. Full stop. Rabbit Man, good afternoon, Governor Ben. Good afternoon, Rabbit Man. I hope you're well. Mike D, Ben's taking his Christmas tree down. I bet you Mike D hasn't though, Ben, because that thing cost Mike D 62 quid.
Yeah, give us a selfie, Mike D. Prove it.
You want to have that up all year, right? No. Providing it's got green pine needles. In fact, any pine needles, that thing's staying up. Am I wrong?
Obviously. Yeah, of course it's
62 quid. You've got to get bang for your buck, right?
Well ahead of it. Look at that big hole where the festivities used to be. It's just sad. Yeah.
But you're showing off your shield and sword there. Absolutely love it. Base Jim, thanks, mine. Welcome to Morris. We'll listen to that then. Crunchy peanut butter. And Mike the Fishman, Ben looking a bit trim. Is that hair dye for 2022? Is it just for men? Or are you Ben just for men Adams these days?
Bastard. No, I that is not hair dye. If you actually look very closely, I've taken off the bit of the hair that actually goes quite grey. So all that's left is the dark. I think it might stay this way. I think, yeah, that's all right. But this bit, it doesn't go grey. It's really weird. It's got as black as it was when I was 19. So, long may it continue.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at least you've got hair for just for men. I mean, Mike, bless him, doesn't need just for men, needs just for a miracle. Love you, Mike. Right, cool. Talking to people who, I mean, he's covered it up today, but we'll bring him in. If you ask nicely, maybe he'll show you what's on. Mr. Peter Cox, welcome in. How you doing?
Buenos tardes, everybody.
Buenos tardes.
Happy New Year to all the Talking Town readers out there.
Happy New Year to yourself as well. Mike D says it's gone. The Christmas tree is gone. It went last weekend. Do you know what? I worked that out as a rough estimation, Coxie, that Mike D's Christmas tree cost him £2.30 a day this year. £2.30.
Might as well get a half-season ticket.
Fuck me. I've it up all year, mate. Make sure you get bang for the buck. But £2.30. I mean, I'm not going to say how much mine costs because we had it up and down in the true Lambert fashion. It's got to go up as late as possible and down as early as possible.
It's got to weigh. It's got to weigh.
Yeah, well, I can't. I like the Christmas tree. I like a real one, but there's a pine needles on the floor and the dog. And the dog himself cost me a lot over the Christmas period. Because you imagine a Labrador over Christmas. His first proper one. He's asleep now, like butter wouldn't melt. But believe me, he can be in that bin like a ninja. He really is. Match day. McKenna.
It is, yeah.
What are we expecting? Wickham was his first game. He's had a while on the grass at Playford Road. Leighton Durrant starts us off by saying, must-win game today. We have played more than anyone else in the top half and still 9 points from the playoffs. Ben, good to have you back. Delivered a hammer. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I think it definitely is a must-win game. I mean, Gillingham are, I think it's third bottom. I think they've won 3 games all season. If we've got any business even talking about playoffs, then I think today is a must-win game. And I think because that first half of the season, we had that run of games we didn't win, all the drama of Paul Cook, all the things that have happened in just half a season so far. It's like a full season's worth. We've kind of given away any leeway and any space that we had in order to, have a few disappointing results. So I would argue that every game onwards is a must-win, or at the very least, you must draw. I mean, looking at that, where are they? I think our faces. There it is. So yeah, third bottom with 3 wins. And I think this extra week on the training pitch has been really good. Like these players have to have a new way of thinking, a new system, a new manager, new staff. And I think that extra week on the training pitch is really important. I remember when Cookie came in, we were just begging, get on the training pitch, get your ideas through. And it's probably the same sort of thing now. I feel really good about this manager. I really do. And I think today is going to tell us a hell of a lot, actually. I think today will be interesting because he was talking pre-game about, in-game management, changing your tactics to suit or beat the opposition. I mean, with Cook, whether you're 4-0 down at half-time or 5-0 up, you're staying with the same formation. You're staying with the same players. It's like for like. So we kind of sound like we have a manager that's willing to adapt a formation or personnel to match or win a game. So let's see what this does. I'm cautiously optimistic.
This league is quite bonkers though, Coxie, because Lloyd put in the chat earlier today, Wickham 3, Sunderland 3. And I initially thought, that might affect us, because I was thinking Sunderland, only a couple of weeks ago, we were playing them and they seemed in disarray. But I've just looked at the league table there. They're sitting in second. That result don't bother us at all. It could be 9-0, it doesn't matter. Neither team we're after at the moment. That's not what we're trying to catch. That's how quickly it can turn around, isn't it, in this division? 3, 4, 5 games, and suddenly you go from nobodies to somebodies, from somebodies to nobodies.
Yeah, if we are to get in the playoffs, we need to go on, a bit of a run, a 5 or 6 game winning run. If we can do it, if you use the BBC thing, fill up them little green boxes with the green W's, and that's what we need. Yeah, like you said, Sunderland were, they struggled to beat us on their home patch there, and they possibly got a bit of the luck in there. But this is how bonkers that league is. But we need to take advantage of it. We need to build momentum. Yeah. We need to keep going. And today is a perfect opportunity for our new governor, our new Mr. McKenna, to keep it going, show us what to do. As Ben said it absolutely beautifully. We're hoping we've finally got. Hopefully we've got a manager now who is not going to be so rigid with his tactics. Like I said, the world could be ending, and Paul Cook wanted to change his lineup. But
it was all down to a recruitment room, Coxie. That's why.
Oh, the dashboards, yeah, of course it was.
Captain excuses. Yeah. But what's interesting, I guess, is the fact that, well, first of all, let me just, for those that are tuning in, 131 people are watching us, 120 of which are on YouTube. To get a halftime show, let's have 50 likes. Quite simply, only half of you have to like it. But if all of you liked it, you'd guarantee.
Click the buttons, guys. Come on, keep us busy.
It costs you nothing. It takes you 2 seconds, and nobody knows you've done it. So if you're from one of them others, don't worry. You're okay. They won't know.
It's fine.
It's okay. It stays between us. So, yeah, get liking it. 50 likes, we'll do a halftime show. But equally as important, or more so maybe, is it's on iFollow this afternoon. It might be a Saturday afternoon, but the game is available to all UK and everywhere else on iFollow. £10 match fee, because it's FA Cup weekend. So we would be playing Barnsley had we beaten Barrow, as we should have done, although technically it's a blessing in disguise because I don't think the FA Cup's available on iFollow. So because it's FA Cup weekend, you can watch the game on iFollow. It's other games in this division at this time today in League One because of FA Cup is Accrington Stanley, who are above us, versus MK Dons, Cheltenham versus Burton, Doncaster Fleetwood, obviously us versus Gills, and Lincoln versus Oxford.
What you just said there, Accrington Stanley, who are above us.
They are by 2 points. As are MK Dons, who are sitting out of the playoffs on 39. So in an ideal world, you are getting into the world now. We have to start thinking, well, you want that game to be a draw, because if MK Dons win, they go closer to the playoffs. They go to 42. Yeah. Stanley win, they stay above us. If they draw, it keeps them close, particularly if we win. But you've got to handle your own business first, haven't you, Ben?
Quite right, absolutely right. I say it doesn't matter what other teams do. It doesn't. Look, if we start winning, we're putting pressure on other teams. It's the matches we don't play against them, knowing that there's always that team, late on in the season, or at least into the second half, that just steamroll us up. And it kind of, if we've got any ambitions of even mentioning playoffs in a sentence that we say, we have to be that team, and that has to start today. We've got the personnel. I think we've got the manager. It might be too late, so I don't think I'm going to be devastated if we don't quite do it, because we've had to make a huge change and a huge call. But at least we want to see improvement. I want to see that last game we played, I thought we were really good. It was managed really well. I want to see that twice in a row. That wasn't just our version of like a new manager bounce. So I want to see how much of that was from the manager imparting his stuff to the players, or how much of that was the players thinking, this is a new guy in, I've got to play out of my skin to keep my place. So, and I think this afternoon is really going to tell us that, once in a blue moon is fine for a well-managed game. I want to see it 2 times in a row. Because if you can do it 2 times in a row, you can do it 4. You can do it 4, you can do it 8. And all of a sudden, your season looks very, very different. So this afternoon, you cannot underestimate how important this is. Even if you think it's like a mid-table, lower table, dead rubber, it's actually not. It tells us, I think, what the next 10 games are going to look like. And Bond to score a hat-trick.
You're muted. You're muted, Gav.
Muted, Gav. Muted.
I do apologise. I don't know
There you
why
go.
I'm on mute. There we go. I'm back. I was just saying I massively underestimated you all beautiful people. We're already on 62 likes. That's
Damn.
bloody marvellous. So smash the like button. Let's get to 100 likes. Because I obviously massively underestimated the community that we've got here. A few comments before we move on. Monty, I like the comment the coach made saying the training days will be tougher on the players than the matches.
Yeah, that's great.
Lloyd says, we've done it, Gov. Rack smacks. Cannot see nothing other than a town win. Bookies offering even is like printing your own money. Mike D. McKenna already playing consistent 11 should help us massively, as Cook not knowing his first 11 and inconsistency has fucked the season. James Yarton. Hopefully, I listened to last night's podcast. I didn't like my language. I might have to do a late New Year's resolution to stop swearing.
Filth.
Yeah, I am pure filth. James Yarton. Hopefully, we get a new manager reaction this time. Sorry, just my brain caught up in my mouth there. If we grind out a couple of wins now as we build the platform for a playoff push. Lloyd, best thing about it is just worry about what we are doing and don't bother looking at other results.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Leighton still says the Brew as a manager on the oh yeah, it's not like you pay for this iFollow service, is it, Leighton? Where you expect the bloody good service. I mean, come on, what do you expect for 10 English pounds? Finish just fishing with Nick. In terms of playoffs who we are chasing, 4th Plymouth, 5th Oxford, 6th Wickham. We've got a game in hand on Plymouth. Ben Moore, have to start winning. Let's focus on us, not others. At the end of the day, we are playing catch up. So when we play teams above us, they will play a draw on some gamesmanship. Well, the players should focus on what's in front of them. As fans, we can do both because we can't actually influence what goes on in the 90. We can just look and go, well, let's hope that that's a draw or whatever. Coxie, lots of people in the chat. Gov goes to Ben Moore School of fucking swearing. Cheers, Mike. Coxie, Bon keeps his place in the team. Up front with James, example Norwood. As McKenna called him on Thursday, he sets the good example. What do you want to say about Bond today? Because he's worked hard for little reward. Got to get a goal at some point, isn't he? Oh, Coxie's frozen. Ben, answer that question for me.
He does need to get a goal. And look, one of the reasons people are giving him is because he was alone up front, and it's all up to him to do the chasing. So now he has that partner in Norwood, and I think everyone's gotten over the Norwood thing. He's come back in, and you have to give him credit that I think he's come back in and given that kind of shithousery that a League One striker needs. So I would say there's good support for Bon, who's got a good player up with him. There's no real reason not to score the goals anymore. But, strikers are one of those positions where, unlike a defender or a midfielder, you're only judged by your goals. And I think it's now, is this the 10th? Could be the 10th game today without a goal. So he really, and I don't care if he gets, be like Norwood in the last game, if he gets knocked off of his knee from his groin into the net, just have his name on the end of that goal. And I think that'll be a start of another load of goals for him. So I'm really hoping for a goal for Bond today. I think the boy, he needs it.
Coxie, do you think that, are you a subscriber like many people are, that the harder you work, the more luck you get? So James Norwood, for example, has come back into the side, worked really hard, and then against Wickham, it just fell to him. But that was the reward for how much work he's put in leading up to that moment. If that's the case, does Bond just need to keep doing what he's been doing? 90 minutes for the shirt, for the badge, for the fans, for the passion.
Absolutely, yeah. You make your own luck, and a good example there was Norwood. He wouldn't have got that goal. He deserved a bit of fortune. He did he not have one chalked off? Or Bond certainly did in the Wickham game, didn't he? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
so,
Bond
yeah,
had
you
that
have to
one
be-
for Stockdale where he had just a cracking David Stockdale type save where he would have scored against 95% of other goalkeepers in this
in
division.
League One. Yeah.
Without a doubt. Are you intrigued that Caden Jackson makes the bench again today, Coxie? A player that's been in and out of 18-man squads, been told he can go by the captain excuses, but continuously must work hard at the training ground, must have a good attitude, work hard, because McGreal brought him back. McKenna's now brought him onto the bench. We've got a big squad. So to be on the bench is a win in itself, isn't it?
It's with the size of our squad, yeah. Is it to put him in the shop window? I don't know. Like you, I do like Caden Jackson. I think it's a shame he sort of dropped off a bit. Perhaps it's to put him in the shop window, or like you said, he's probably showed the right attitude and just, rolling his sleeves up and getting stuck in training.
You would have thought, Ben, for a player who has he's moved for big money to us from Accrington Stanley, he scored goals for Accrington Stanley before coming to us, scored goals for us at this level, even. It would have been so easy for him to act up or tweet or not just get his head down and work hard. But clearly this is a man that wants to be, whatever what fans may think, wants to be at the football club and is working hard to keep himself.
I agree with you there, but then I would say that he's been too consistently inconsistent for us. I just don't like him as a player. I mean, I don't. That might even be justified. I just don't like him as a player. And if you can say his record before he came to us, well, you've got Piggott sitting on the bench who scored more goals last season than Jackson scored in the last 4. So I can't really see that as a reason why I would start him. But you cannot fault the attitude that he doesn't tweet out, he doesn't let himself down. And he does appear to be a nice young bloke who kind of comes in and just gets on with it, and maybe is going to take his chance. But even if his chance came, if next game he was up with Norwood or Bonn, I can't see him suddenly scoring 12 goals in the rest of the season because he's never really done it for us. I just think he's one of those players that we just need to move on, and we'll probably get a fee for him. But that's more of a personal thing, probably, than something more objective.
Yeah.
I would put Piggott in there any day of the year, any day of the week.
Likewise, Piggott for me is the first option off the bench in an attacking sense. Just
absolutely.
I was just intrigued with the options we've got within the squad to see him making a bench, because I think with the squad we've got, obviously we're not aware of injuries today or COVID or whatever it may be, but to make a squad at the moment is a win. Mike D, Beer Volley Hawkins watched for Gov, play at centre back today and scored. Wow, someone check. Hell, it might have frozen over.
Jesus.
Snow predicted in Death Valley. Chris Boyd, having been lone man up front all season, hopefully practice pitch time will have helped switch to combination attack. On paper, it's perfect. Norwood physical, and Bonn a scoring machine when hot. Absolutely. Yeah. But I'll say what I've been saying every day this week, Coxie. I always fear James Norwood is one jump, one misplaced, one whatever it is away from a hamstring going ba-doing, and him being out for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. Do you manage him, as we were trying to say last night? Is he on a minute counter? So like you got 60 minutes today, James. How do you manage James Norwood going forward? Because are my fears, correct? Do you think?
You asking that too? Oh,
yeah, well, you got to go. You got to go on facts, really. You got to go on facts, and the facts is that his hamstrings have gone numerous times. Yeah, so hopefully he will keep going. But yeah, I'm not privy to all the sports science stuff at Ipswich Town at the minute. So maybe they are going to be working on minutes. But if he's playing okay and he's all right, keep him on the pitch.
Ben, is it the availability aspect of his ability that he's now going to prove to maybe you as a fan or other fans, or just in general? Because the ability that he has never really been the question, has it? It's always been outside noise, but more importantly, availability, which I call your best ability.
Yeah, and that's something you frequently say, Gov. To be honest with you, availability is your best ability, and it's strange actually because when I came on this platform, my whole thing was injury bingo. You would toss your balls up in the air and forward land, and those would be the 4 players that are out that week. But we seem to be actually coming away from that a little bit. To be honest with you, it's been a long time since I think, oh Jesus Christ, it's always those 3 players who don't play that you want on the pitch as football. But if Norwood can stay fit, then yeah, absolutely. Because at this level, I don't think it'd be anything level above. But this level, yeah, he's useful. He scored 3 in 3 games. I haven't seen any rubbish on social media, which means maybe a lesson has been learnt there, which is great. So if you can combine a better off-field attitude and a more fit on-field attitude, I think we've kind of got the striker that we all know and want James Norwood could be. And he's up there with a pretty decent partner as well. So yeah, be available. Look, with who knows what's going to happen to the squad with COVID, with injuries in the next half of the year. So be available, look after yourself. We've got a whole new, back team of people looking after their conditioning. We'll see. Stay fit, score goals. We smile, you're happy, you'll play. It's quite simple. It's not rocket science.
It really is. Yeah, absolutely. Right, we have got 4 minutes to kick off. So let's enter our bold predictions. Ben.
Bold.
What are we saying today as a bold prediction? What's the score going to be?
Maybe it's because I'm back on the platform and I'm really happy. I'm going to say something like 5-1, 5-0. I just think today something's going to happen. Usually when I say that, we get beaten 1-0. But I say 5-1, 5-0. That's my bold prediction. And I'm stupid.
Okay. What's your other prediction? Because you're saying that's your bold prediction, but you're saying it in a way that's almost like that's bold, but really what I think is actually
2-0. I love Edmondson, what he's doing, and I like the goalkeeper. I think we've sorted out a lot of our defensive issues from what I've been watching. So I'd say 2-0 is my safe one.
2-0. Okay.
Yeah.
Coxie, what about you? Let's have a bold prediction, and then if it's not in line with what you really think, tell us what it is.
Yeah, sorry, I've been a bit of Town fan for too long. I don't make the bold prediction. Bold and Ipswich Town don't go together in the same sentence. So I'm not going to go for my usual 2-1. I'm going to go for 2-0 today.
2-0. Okay, I like that. We've got Josh Russell, 5-0 Town. Lee says 2-0 Town. Stephen Perry says 3-0 Town. Lloyd says 2-0 Town. Rob Holmes, 3-1.
EJ. I like that.
That always worries me.
Oh, Leighton.
6-1.
Day drinking. Don't do
whenever
it.
Whenever I see a chat like this, it normally is a Northampton or an AFC Wimbledon. I don't like the overall positivity. No. Someone please say we're going to lose in the chat. Because we need it quickly, because otherwise it's not going to go well.
You know it.
Very quickly before we finish the show, last sort of 120 seconds. Walton is in goal today, Ben. There's been speculation about his future at Town. He replaces Haladki, who had a clean sheet last week against
and Wickham. A very, very good performance last time. And do you know what? Maybe I wasn't looking at the pitch. I thought that was Walton for the first half. I thought, Jesus Christ, finally we've got a good goalkeeper. And I looked at the thing. It turns out it's bloody Haladki, because from where I'm sitting, it kind of looks quite similar. I think he's playing today because we want to keep him. If he was on the bench, if he suddenly loses his place just about the time we have to negotiate a contract for him, we ain't getting him. So I think today is more of a reflection of the potential contract talks than it is about the form, because Haladki had an absolutely fantastic game last game, in my opinion.
Okay. Absolutely. Right. We have smashed the likes totals. We'll be back at half time. Myself, Coxie, and the Milk Tray Man. But hopefully we'll be back with good news, positive reflections on a good first half. So
9-3 Gillingham.
What I love to see. Callie came through. Mike Lloyd come through. Love to see it. So we will see you on the other side.
Come on, Town.
45 minutes.